You pathetic man.
Okay, welcome to TUBI Theater. Now, when this channel was conceived of, the idea here was that I would write out a whole script and I would deliver it as many takes as possible. It's in some ways it's an experiment in becoming a better orator and not being so clumsy and stammering and sputtering with my language. However, this time we're going to do it a little differently. I'm just holding the mic in my hand and I'm going off the cuff because, frankly, this film, MAID DROID, did not put enough work into itself to justify me putting enough work into a script. So, respectfully to the cast and crew of MAID DROID, you are getting the conversational version of TUBI Theater. All right, so MAID DROID is basic enough in premise. Actually, it's basic in every fucking way. It is sex robot with autism malfunctions.
Look at this. Oh my God, that's so funny. See that?
Why is it funny?
There's maybe an argument that my sex robot has BPD as well, because there's some attachment issues going on, jealousy stuff. A absolute Goomba of a dude who works from home is depressed because his younger girlfriend left him.
Hey, you.
His friend believes that he is a bit of a sap for being caught up in this woman that was potentially a gold digger and too young for him, and hands him a card saying, call this number, get yourself sorted out. His friend's a total douche, by the way.
Is this still about what's her name? Fuck that bitch. Didn't you two break up like a year ago?
It's been 3 months.
First order of business. The most shocking thing about this movie to me was that the Goomba is not also the director. The way that the Goomba has, the actor's name is Jose Some, the way that the Goomba has women half his age draped over him throughout the entire movie, my first thought was, oh, right, I've seen this before. This is director fantasy fulfillment stuff. Doesn't know how to approach women, so he makes a movie. Not the case. Not the case. Director is a separate human being from the Goomba. Now, is the Goomba, which I guess maybe he's a Mexican Goomba. He looks like the Costco guy. His name's Jose, but he looks like the Costco guy. Looks like what he is, which is a dude with a tight fade into his 40s. He makes the call after a night of drinking. The parts of this movie that actually work are the parts where they all go on for way too long, but the parts where somebody is sitting around drinking a bottle of wine and texting an escort service. So the maid comes, Mara maybe?
My name is whatever you want it to be, sir.
What he names her, whatever, Mako. This actress is so fun. Because it's all in her face, and respectfully, she's not selling it. So just imagine an actor doing all face work, but it just doesn't land. So it's just a bunch of mugging. It's fun mugging. She's a pretty woman. Best of luck in her career. But it's just, you're a robot. You don't have a ton to say. So just look confused. Hey, you're a robot. The guy renting you for sex is potentially talking to his ex. Look suspicious and betrayed. Okay, then there's some of that. But it works because this is like a fading reference here. A Redbox movie meant for the loneliest drunk in your town. In that respect, it's a total sell, and I love it. As I said, nothing complex happening here. Real doll with cluster B personality disorders. So, spoiler alert, she's not happy when she finds out that Goomba is talking to the ex, sends her on a spiral. She's dealing with her past trauma. She's a robot, so I don't know how that works exactly, but it made an impression on her. It's a negative impression. She's scared of razor blades, but she's also drawn to them, utility knives, etc. So the most remarkable thing about this movie is how long the takes are. At some point, I registered, oh, this isn't a movie that you're supposed to watch with your phone in your hand. This is a movie you're supposed to have 3 monitors open. You're supposed to be trading $100 worth of crypto on one. You're supposed to have XNXX on the other, or the hamster perhaps. And that third one, maybe in a small window, you have MAID DROID. Or it's an art film. Also possible. I don't know the answer, but the takes are so long. The scenes are so long. On one level, I don't blame this film. It's a robot. If you give her too much personality, it becomes a different thing. So she is supposed to take a full beat to respond to things and then respond in a way that is halting and unnatural.
Do you like washing me clean?
I do.
The conversations are not supposed to be fluid. Okay, screenwriter, probably also director, I'll check. I understand. I get it. It's just, this is snail's pace, glacial pace, and not for a ton of payoff. Spoiler, she murders, but it's never in such a over-the-top violent way that you'd be compelled to revisit over. It's not like there's kills in the thing, right? This is Cinemax stuff of a certain era. The boobs are smaller now, but I'm not mad. I celebrate it all. It's great. And I do celebrate this movie for existing. Some people see a pile of dog shit on the sidewalk and they say, I don't like that. That's a bad vibe. Aesthetically, it's horrendous, and it brought down my mood. And I try to see it the other way. I look at it and I go, I love dogs. So the way that I feel about this movie is, yes, it is a pile of shit. It's almost offensive how inept it is. But it's a thing that should exist because somebody took the initiative to create. And not all creation is successful or pleasing. Like dog shit, it can smell sometimes, but it is a part of ourselves when we put something out into the world. And for that reason, I am glad MAID DROID exists, although it was arduous. I felt like I was watching CC television footage in half speed. I don't claim to be the most cultured dude. Maybe this is of a school. Maybe it was intended to be the slowest movie of all time. I should mention there's just it's a hideous thing to look at. Digital was a mistake. Not for this movie, but I mean, in the history of cinema. Digital, we thought we were all excited. It's going to make everything accessible. No, it make things less accessible. Maybe put things far out of the reach. Again, glad it exists. My favorite piece of dog shit. I'm happy for it. I will be watching the sequel, which I think is actually a prequel. And I will be sharing that with you. For the time being, I have to be honest. MAID DROID is not a recommend. Now, maybe the director's cut will come out at some point, and I'll feel differently about it. But this one was just a little too slow for me. You just never want a movie that you opt to do multiple Duolingo lessons during, right? You want something that engages you. That is not this film. Perhaps it's good for something. It does have some breasts in it, if that's something that you're interested in.
You're getting excited.
I can't help it.
It's not a recommend, but a recommend if breasts are for some reason difficult for you to find in other avenues. Thank you again for joining me for TUBI Theater.
Come with me, baby.
I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you.